Welcome to the first annual High Noon Hard Seltzer March Basketball Tournament preview show. The time has come. Jake Marsh alongside Marty Mush and Rico Bosco. Gentlemen, we made it. We were robbed last year of a tournament, but this year that is not the case. We are about to see the entirety of the 2021 NCAA tournament field. How excited are we?
Jake, you look fucking sexy in that. I want to fuck you in that suit. You look beautiful. I'm hard as a rock. It's college basketball. I'm ready to go. Can't wait to see where Duke lands, you know?
This tournament's going to be twice as good as last year's. That's all I have to say.
Oh, good joke because they didn't play yet, you fucking idiot.
So here's what we're going to do. We know there is an exclusive reveal. We are going to try to mimic and get as close as possible to that reveal. Jeff D'Lo, Chase Butler in the graphics department, Jake Lasofsky, our producer, they did a great job prepping all week to ensure that we get you the most recent up-to-date bracket reveal. And guys, kind of a roller coaster ride here because that last Big Ten tournament championship game went to overtime. So the show would have typically started at 6 o'clock. They got to get their ads in right now. So a little behind. So before we get the brackets, some time to kill here. What storyline, I'll start with you, Rico, sticks out to you the most ahead of this bracket reveal?
It's got to be Oregon State and Georgetown, right? I mean, sneaking through two conferences, both picked pretty much dead last. Story of the week, everything going on with Ewing. Oregon State shocking Oregon and Colorado. Crazy week both in the Garden and out in Vegas for those tournaments.
Marty, what about you?
I got to tell you a stat right now because everyone thinks I'm an Illinois hater, which I am. I think that they're too hot right now. Can I tell you a little nugget here?
Sure.
Only
nugget.
One team in the last 8 tournaments that won their conference tournament has won the national championship. And you know what? That's a lot of games to win in a row. That's like 9 games in a row to win. You don't want to be too hot. You want to lose that game. Baylor, Michigan, good losses there.
Yeah, 100%.
Doesn't bode well for Gonzaga. You hate Gonzaga too.
Yeah, Gonzaga's they're not going to make the championship.
So we saw at the end of the regular season, Illinois went on a hot streak, and they cemented their spot in the number 1 seed. And then they win this Big Ten tournament that ended 5 minutes ago. Do we think they jump Michigan, or are they still that number 1 seed?
I kind of think they're still number 4. You don't think so?
No, I do. I think Baylor's in some trouble now. If I think they limped into a 1 seed.
All right,
limped into it.
We're about to find out soon. But you see the beautiful bracket. Jeff D'Lo tweeted it earlier. There is no better sight in sports than a blank, crisp bracket. 68 teams are about to get their name called, and one, of course, will cut down the nets at the Final Four in the first week of April. I mean, this is just surreal that this is finally happening. We had to wait 2 full years for this moment, but the time is about to come.
I'm aroused, literally fully aroused. Waited a full year. Can't wait.
So we're waiting here. We know who the majority of the number 1 seeds are going to be. Marty and Rico sipping on some High Noon Hard Seltzers, just 100 calories, gluten-free, no added sugar. Yes. It's the best. Marty's got pineapple. Rico, what do you got? Black cherry?
Black cherry, as always, works as a good, you get a little going. It's good.
Let's not also forget, if you just put, hey, Jeff D'Lo, 2012, here's a bracket. Here are the teams. Fill it out where it was played and the announcers. He can fill out the entire thing. That's a man that needs to be in jail.
Jeff does not need to be in jail. He's helped out a lot with this broadcast. I believe it's time.
I don't care. He's done so much for the show. I'll jerk him off for that, but he needs to go to jail to be able to remember that shit.
I don't think he needs to go to jail, but I think we are getting ready to unveil the first number 1 seed in a couple of minutes here, and it is the Gonzaga Bulldogs. I mean, let's be real here. They are the favorites to cut down the nets. Gonzaga 26-0, led by Mark Few, the only undefeated team left in the country, and they are the 20th team in history to enter the men's NCAA tournament with an undefeated record. What do we think?
No one's ever cut down the nets with an undefeated record. People forget that.
No, that's not true. Indiana did it in 76, but recently it doesn't bode well. They probably should have just threw the game to BYU.
So that's Gonzaga, and they're going to be in region number 1. They will play on Saturday against the 16th seed, the play-in game between Norfolk State and Appalachian State. And if you're a college basketball fan, guys, you know Norfolk State. In 2012, their last appearance, they were a 15 seed and upset number 2 Missouri.
Yeah, they had a kid from Brooklyn on the team. He was a good player. But this team might need an all-star team of these two to beat Gonzaga.
Yeah,
Hey,
Appalachian
who gives
State.
a fuck about these teams?
Appalachian State won the Sun Belt. As for the 8th seed in region number 1, Gonzaga the 1, Norfolk State and Appalachian State the 16. It's the Oklahoma Sooners out of the Big 12. Ooh. They are probably in what is the most competitive conference in the country. Oklahoma reeling a little bit, though, recently.
Yeah, slumping a little bit, but you knew they were going to stick it to Gonzaga. I'm interested to see who the 9 seed is.
The 9 seed out of the SEC, the Missouri Tigers. We just talked about them losing to Norfolk State. Well, they are in the same region. Mizzou, 16-9. Quanzo Martin, its appearance number 27 for them. The 5 seed out of the Big East. It is the Creighton Blue Jays. Greg McDermott, a 20-win season, still looking for that first Sweet 16 appearance since taking over at Creighton in 2011. As for number 12, it is the Gauchos out west, the UC Santa Barbara team out of the Big West, a 22-4 record.
Creighton being a 5 in this fucking bracket is such bullshit.
Right.
Such bullshit.
All right, well, that's the 5-12 game. Number 4, the defending national champions, the Virginia Cavaliers, Tony Bennett. In 2019, they cut down the nets. And it's an entirely new team, but Tony Bennett knows what it takes to win it all.
This is lining up perfectly for Gonzaga.
It's the easiest thing in the world.
Who will Virginia take on in the 4-13 game? It is out of the MAC, the Ohio Bobcats. Jeff Bulls, year number 2. He was at Stony Brook, and the guy to watch out for them, Jason Preston. He averaged 23 points per game in the MAC tournament. The number 6 seed out of the Pac-12, USC. Rico, 2 words, Evan Mobley.
He's a big fuck. He's going top 5 in the draft. He'd look good at the Garden. Make him a Nick.
Number 11. It is 2 bubble teams. Wichita State and Drake are facing off in the first 4 on Thursday. The winner gets USC. Drake, a mobster, Darren DeVries, they are in as an at-large team.
Rico, give it to me.
Shockers and Drake, good basketball team. We're going to see some drama here. Somebody's getting left out.
Number 3, the Kansas Jayhawks. A lot of talk about how the Blue Bloods weren't good this season. They were in. And Rico, they have your Eastern Washington Eagles. Number 14, out of the Big Sky. How does the King of the Big Sky feel about this?
Take the over. Eastern Washington can sling it with anybody. Kansas is the COVID Warriors. See you later.
Number 7, the Oregon Ducks, out of the Pac-12, taking on the VCU Rams. VCU lost to St. Bonaventure earlier today. They still get an at-large after going 19-7. Mike Rhodes, a second straight tournament appearance. Number 2, our guys out of Des Moines, or Iowa City, I should say. The Hawkeyes are number 2. How do we feel about them being in Gonzaga's region? They lost in the non-conference in December.
They got better since then, and I think that's a good team that could keep up with their pace.
Similar to, they got Virginia too. Gonzaga's getting a lot of teams they've seen before.
Well, Rico, they've got your Antelopes making their first tournament appearance ever. It's the Grand Canyon team out of the WAC. Why do you like them so much?
Wait,
well, they were the first.
He made me sit on a Zoom for fucking 2 hours before we even started the podcast with Grand Canyon. 2 hours Zoom he made me do.
Before we thought we could get any guests, Grand Canyon answered my email at 2 a.m. I love Grand Canyon. They're going to the Final Four.
All right, this is the first region. Let's recap a little bit. What matchup, maybe a Cinderella, sticks out to each of you?
Let me tell you something. This is so bullshit how easy it is for Gonzaga. That's all the teams, all like the good teams that I think are trash. Virginia, Kansas has been playing a lot better, but Gonzaga will wipe the floor with them. And Iowa's the only one that I think that could do it, but I still don't think that they'll be able to beat Gonzaga. But I think it's a very, very easy bracket for Gonzaga.
In history, and you sound like very cliche, but the one that you think is the chalk usually blows up. So while I agree, it's set up for Gonzaga in a very easy bracket, don't be surprised this is the one that goes chaos right off the get-go.
All right, so one other thing that stuck out, we saw the 11th seed, a play-in game between Wichita State and Drake. They are 2 of the bubble teams that have made the field. All of these teams will be sweating it out over the course of the next 30 minutes, and you may be wondering, what is Glennie Balls doing in a bubble? Well, we have him on standby. It's Glennie Bubbles who is going to pop the balloons of teams who made it. There's confetti in there. A little bit of an oxymoron, but Balls, how are we doing in there?
Can't hear him.
He's safe. He's safe. He's safe. Social distancing. Nobody can hear him.
He's also very claustrophobic, Paul. So that's tough.
That's tough, but he's sipping on a high noon.
I'm not claustrophobic.
Oh, there he is. Glenny Balls, Wichita State and Drake. Pop those balloons.
Okay, let me get my trusty tack out without hurting myself.
You put a
tack. Shockers and Drake.
Yes, the Shockers.
All right,
and
I gotta
Bulldogs.
find it. 1 second.
All right.
All right, got Drake.
A little bit of a maze here. Pop that balloon. Coach
Gonna do it with my right
DeVries, a
hand.
mobster, is
Gonna
going
do it with my
dancing.
right hand.
See, the easy thing is to put down the high noon, but they're so delicious.
There
Holy shit,
Drake
that's
is
loud.
in. Rico started from the bottom. Now they're here. They're dancing as an at-large team out of the Missouri Valley.
Hey, we
Pretty
got St.
remarkable.
John's in here. Okay, wait. Now we're finding
Wichita
Wichita
State.
State.
Hey, roll.
Marty, your mic's out. Get that fixed as Glenny Bubbles looks for the Wichita State balloon.
Can he roll around in that shit or something?
Yeah, he could, I think. All right, I got it.
He's trying to add team. St.
I
John's
think
is trying to
theoretically I
add.
could walk around in this thing. I think I could do that.
Glenny, did
All
you
right.
find Wichita State?
Yeah, I got the Shockers.
All right, put the Shockers in the dance. There it is. All right, thanks, Glenny. We'll be checking in with you throughout the duration of this broadcast. But one region in the books. So you guys both think Gonzaga cakewalks to the Final Four?
I think it's one of the easier. I mean, the Oklahoma one is a little interesting, but they've been so bad lately where like everyone was kind of thinking they could make it, but I don't know. I think it's a very easy draw for them.
I think their toughest matchup is going to be the second round with Reeves and Oklahoma. You got experienced coach and Kruger. We know they're slumping, but that might be their toughest game is the second round.
I just said that.
Gonzaga, the 1 seed, Iowa, the 2 seed. No love for Iowa, Marty. You don't think they have a chance to beat Gonzaga this time around?
No, I do, but I think it's just like I think it's a very tough matchup for them because I do think Iowa got better. But let's go to this next bracket.
Yep, region number 2, waiting on the number 1 seed, and it is the Baylor Bears. No surprise here, guys. They didn't lose a regular season game until February 27th, and then they lost their second over the weekend against Cade Cunningham and Oklahoma State. They have what it takes to win it all.
The cocoa hurt them a little bit, but they're going to be fine.
Yeah, it just shows they're human. They're a human.
right.
Team. What are you going to do?
So, yeah, Baylor, the number 1 seed. They'll kick off tournament action on Friday against the champions of the America East. It's the Hartford Hawks, who are dancing for the first time in school history. Upset number 2 Vermont in the semifinals, and now they're in. As for the number 8, it is the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Ooh.
At number 8 right now. They'll take on the Wisconsin Badgers. What an 8-9 matchup here. Big Cat going against a blue blood with Baylor waiting on the other side.
I love UNC here. That is who I wanted as an 8-9.
Another basketball school at number 5, the Villanova Wildcats. Of course, our friend Colin Gillespie, he's out for the year. Let's see how they do against the number 12 Winthrop Eagles. They lost just 1 game the entire season. Champions of the Big South. You got to figure that's going to be a popular upset pick on Friday.
Don't let the peacock fly. Let the eagles fly, baby. See you, Nova.
Number 4 out of the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers. Matt Painter still looking to get to that Final Four. They'll take on the Mean Green of North Texas, who took down Western Kentucky in the Conference USA Championship game last night. Number 6, Mac McClung and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. They are in at number 6, playing on Friday. As for their opponent in this first round matchup for Mr. McClung and Chris Beard, the defending national runner-ups, it is the Utah State Aggies, another bubble team that gets in.
Fuck.
A lot of shakeup on the bubble. We've seen 3 mid-majors now. Jake, not looking good for Jimmy Speed Limits.
Not right now. Utah State, 20-8, the 22nd NCAA tournament appearance, runner-ups in the Mountain West Conference tournament. As for the number 3 seed, the Must Bus, Arkansas Razorbacks are dancing as the number 3 seed, and they're partying in Indianapolis. They have what it takes to get to the Final Four.
This is a tough draw. Holy shit.
Yeah, you've been saying Texas Tech grind out. It's going to be a hell of a second-round game.
Get your toothbrush ready because they're taking on the Colgate Raiders, winners of the Patriot League earlier today. They smacked Loyola Maryland. Colgate against Arkansas, 2 teams with similar color styles. They'll be facing off Friday in Region 2, the 3-14 game. As for the 7-10 game in Region number 2, chomp chomp, the Florida Gators are in at number 7. They are in the tournament, and it's a remarkable accomplishment because of the tragic incident with Keontae Johnson, Conference Player of the Year. For them to still safely make is remarkable. They'll take on the number 10 Virginia Tech Hokies out of the ACC.
Oh, that's the grossest game I've ever seen in my life. Two trash-ass teams.
I couldn't wait to fade Virginia Tech, but Florida doesn't want to win games. Every time they lose.
As for number 2, Ohio State, they just lost. They're in the locker room right now to overtime in the Big Ten championship game. They were cold. They lost 4 in a row, then they went on this run to upset Michigan in the semifinals yesterday.
That's them as a 2. They were literally one of the worst teams going into the conference tournament.
Marty, is it crazy to say they're the 3rd best team in the bottom of that region?
Well, Ohio State is taking on Oral Roberts, champions of the Summit League. They won their last 2 conference tournament games by a combined 5 points. That's the pure definition of survive and advance.
Like I said, if you were a Robert that went to Oral Roberts, you're getting mad head. You're getting so much head.
They got the leading scorer in the country, right?
Yes, A-Smith. Remember, not Abmas, sorry, A-Smith. All right, so overall takeaways here, I think we all agree this region much tougher than that first one.
This is on being Arkansas at 3, having to play Texas Tech in your second round is some shit.
Yeah, but I think of all the 2s, you wanted Ohio State. So you
get past that second round, yeah, but I don't. Florida, that guy Castleton's got the longest neck in the history. He'll fucking giraffe punch people there. But that bottom of that bracket's trash. But that top is brutal.
All right, one team that sticks out on the bubble, Utah State out of the Mountain West. They are in, and Glennie Balls is standing by. Glennie Balls, the Utah State Aggies are dancing.
All right, we're getting the Aggie. What are you saying, Marty?
Give me a little run around in there.
I don't know. Am I on screen? Can I walk?
Yeah, you can walk. Keep walking, baby.
I could walk. Theoretically, I could if I want to.
What do you mean theoretically? You can just walk.
I mean, there's a lot of balloons in here. Let me find Utah State now. That walk made me lose all the balloons. I've got Utah State right here. Utah State, Aggies, punched.
There they are, Utah State. Rico, I know you're a big Mountain West guy. Are you surprised to see them make the dance as an at-large?
I thought they had the resume. I'm surprised the committee. It seems like the committee is rewarding the mid-majors, which we didn't expect. So again, 2 regions down, still haven't seen Syracuse.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I was confident about Syracuse, as you see region number 2 here, but we saw Drake and Wichita State in the first region, and now here you have Utah State as the bracket is halfway filled right now. So you have Gonzaga as the overall number 1, and Baylor the number 2 overall, but a 1 seed as well. What about a dark horse in that second region?
Carolina.
You think they can beat Baylor in the second round?
I love Carolina making that upset. They're playing well right now. They're playing very well. They played Florida State tough. They blew out. I'm telling you, North Carolina's getting it together right now.
I also feel like Roy has pulled upsets as an 8 before. I could be wrong, but obviously he's a good coach. I say Winthrop's the dark horse, but Carolina, is right there too, Marty. I think
Baycott is a tough matchup for Baylor's bigs. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, they also of course.
Yeah, I was going to say his name, but I want you to yell at me when I say Chamaduga.
What about a top 4 seed that could be on upset alert in that first round? Ohio State the 2, Baylor the 1, Arkansas the 3, and the 4 seeds Purdue. Do you think North Texas can take down Purdue?
I'm going to tell you this. Purdue, North Texas is going to set basketball back 100 years. It's going to be the first team to 36 in that game. They both play very slow. I watched North Texas. The defenses, that game's going to be ugly. No, I think Purdue's too talented, but it's going to be an ugly as hell game.
All right, so the bracket is halfway filled. Plenty of teams around the country still watching on the edge of their seats. It is time for region number 3, and the number 3 overall seed, the Big Ten champions, as of 15 minutes ago, the Fighting Illini of Illinois, their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2013. And Marty, they have the best 1-2 punch in the country.
Yeah, they got to give it to Cockburn way more. He's playing the wrong sport. Give him the ball. They'll go further than just giving it to Io.
So they're the number 1 seed. They're cutting down the nets in Indianapolis right now, not even watching the selection. So they are still celebrating that championship, and they're taking on the guys from Philly, the Drexel Dragons. They threw a parade in Philadelphia earlier this year. At least we got Rico to take that bait. But Drexel, the automatic qualifiers out of the Colonial, they are in for the first time since 1996, and they have their hands full with Io and Kofi and Coach Underwood and the Fighting Illini. Number 8. Remember this team? The Ramblers of Loyola, Chicago. Sister Jean is dancing at 101.
She charges $150 for Cameo. It's disgusting. Even if she's donating it, it should be $50 as the kids will get it faster.
Number 19, the champions of the ACC, Georgia Tech. Improved that seed line. They were a bubble team entering the tournament, but now they're in an 8-9 matchup, looking to make a similar run to what Loyola did last time. Number 5, you guys have called them frauds all season long, the Tennessee Volunteers.
Oh, God.
Please give me a 12 I love. Give me.
Wow. It's Oregon Duke. Makes it in. Oh, my goodness.
No way. No way.
We're just kidding. It's Oregon State. We're just kidding. Joke's on you. Joke's on you. Oh, no.
You stupid idiot. You stupid idiot.
Oh, no.
You sons of bitches.
That is tough. We got to catch up here, though. Tennessee, Oregon State, and then Oklahoma State and Liberty. They are the 4-13 matchup. Cade Cunningham, the number 1 pick upcoming.
I'm going to throw up.
You got to love Oklahoma State here.
All right, the number 6 team out of the Mountain West, it is the San Diego State Aztecs. They won it all last night. Only 4 losses on the season.
I'm still distraught. I'm very distraught. I'm sweating my ass off. I was like, oh, my God, he just wrote that?
San Diego State as the 6th seed in region number 3 on the bottom right side of the bracket. The Aztecs will be taking on the Syracuse Orange. SU is in. They're an 11 seed once again. The last time they were in 11, they went to the Sweet 16. This time, they don't even have to play in the first 4. They'll be playing the Aztecs on Friday.
They don't care about the safety of the kids if fucking Boeheim's driving Indy.
Fair enough.
It's a good break for Syracuse, though.
A great break.
Non-Power 5 team. The number 3 seed in that bottom right region, still waiting for it. It is going to be pending, as Jim Boeheim is celebrating somewhere. It's the West Virginia Mountaineers. Coach Huggins, a friend of the program, they are in at number 3. Little slow stretch down the stretch of the regular season, and they'll be taking on the most fun team in the country, the Morehead State Eagles. Preston Spradlin squad, the first team to punch their ticket last week.
That sucked for Morehead State, I got to say.
I don't know. I mean, they're going to have some fun. He said either way, they're going to have some fun.
We interviewed Morehead State for everybody. That's why he's going up on them.
Yeah, so Morehead State is number 14. As for number 7, the Clemson Tigers are in. They'll be taking on Rutgers. The drought is over for the first time since 1991. Our guy, Coach Peichel, is dancing as a 10 seed in the bottom right region of the 2021 NCAA tournament. For number 2, the Houston Cougars. Guys, this is a team, other than Gonzaga, they are probably, if not the best non-power conference team in the Big Dance.
I've been touting them all year. I think the people are sleeping on them. And in this kind of region, they can make some noise, especially with Clemson Rutgers. They both stink.
They lose a Clemson second round.
And they'll be taking on the Vikings of Cleveland State. Guys, they had a roller coaster ride in that Horizon League tournament, and they put Survive and Advance to the test. But here they are, a chance against the Cougars in the bottom right region.
This is such trash. The Big Ten, man. Rutgers did nothing all year. They don't deserve to be number 10. It's just so stupid.
I'll tell you one that stands out to me. How is Oklahoma State the 4 and West Virginia's the 3? You're telling me you couldn't stop them? Oklahoma State got screwed.
Yeah, it's because they weren't even supposed to be in the tournament. I can't believe they're a 4. Just going to the Big 12 championship too.
That's fucked up. No, how about they beat them to get there?
I know.
Yeah. Okay. So what upset stands out to you here potentially? Because you said Oklahoma State, they should be higher than a 4, so that probably takes them out. What about Morehead State? Can they be West Virginia?
No, absolutely not.
Huggins is too talented. I'm rooting for Morehead State.
Syracuse is going to beat San Diego State. That's
without a doubt. They'll be a favorite. I'll tell you right now, they'll be a favorite. They're going to be a favorite.
They'll be a favorite.
So speaking of Syracuse, they're a bubble team. They're in. Glenny Balls popped that balloon for the Orange. Hopefully there's some juice in there for you because they are partying in the 3-1-5.
He's so fucking lost.
Come on,
got me this goddamn bubble. I was that right in my face. We got it.
Are you sweating there, Balls?
It is hot here. It's very hot. The temperatures are high, but what are you going to do? It's for the love of the game. All right. Syracuse. Going down.
Don't hurt yourself.
But going up.
I'm going to hurt myself.
They're in, baby. Remember, the last 2 times they were a double-digit seed. 11 seed in 2018, Sweet 16, 10 seed in 2016, Final Four. Lines are adjusting a little bit. You think they can do it again, Rico?
Yeah, San Diego State's going to rely on that defense. Probably let them shoot. If Syracuse could shoot their way, yeah, I said it. I think they're going to be a favorite. It's a good matchup for them.
Let me tell you, West Virginia comes out of that easy.
Out of what? The whole region?
Yep.
Nah, I like Houston.
No. Houston might lose to Clemson.
Illinois-Houston will be an interesting potential Elite Eight game, right? Because Houston's defense is locked down. Illinois has got the firepower. I don't know. It's interesting. What about so you mentioned Illinois, Houston, West Virginia, and Oklahoma State is the 4 seed. Any Cinderella stand out in that region?
Not really. Off the top of my head, I'll be honest. Not really. I see
Georgia Tech isn't it's a tough matchup for Illinois second round.
And that Loyola game too. Both of those teams I feel like have the chance to take down Illinois, no?
Yeah.
I think Georgia Tech more, but yeah.
Interesting that Illinois is going to have a battle for the state. It's going to be an interesting game. Although Georgia Tech's hot. I like the kid Alvarado.
Georgia Tech, they piss me off, man. That mask he wears is so stupid.
It's a face shield. He's trying to stay safe.
Looks like a beekeeper. Wear a mask. What do you mean? It's just so stupid. They're all going nuts. You're a 9 seed. Shut the fuck up.
How about him thanking the broadcasters after the game? That was great.
Yeah, that's what everyone's talking about.
Hey, I tweeted it and I got like 1,000 likes on it, so people clearly care.
You're like shaming now.
I'm just saying, if nobody liked it, then nobody would care. But
things are bigger than likes, all right, Jake?
There's statistical proof that people care. All right, without further ado, it is
loosen up that knot, Jake. Loosen up the knot.
It is time for the 4th and final region of the 2021 NCAA tournament bracket reveal, and the final number 1 seed. On the top, it is the Michigan Wolverines, Hunter Dickinson and company. They are dancing. Juwan Howard showing some fire out in Indianapolis this week, but they are that number 1 seed.
Yeah,
no surprise.
Liver's out. They're playing with a man down, so interesting.
All right, that game is going to be on Saturday. Who will they be taking on at number 16? A play-in winner between Texas Southern and Mount St. Mary's. Marty, I know you went to Mount St. Mary's, right?
Yeah, I went to Mount St. Mary's. Not that one, but it's still kind of the same shit. Who gives a shit? Mount
St. Mary's went just 500 in the regular season, but they won 2 true road games to punch their first ticket since 2017. That's the 116 game in our final region. As for the 8-9 game, always a toss-up. Who will be on that 8 line in that Michigan region? It is Coach Will Wade and the LSU Tigers. Lost in a heartbreaker today in the SEC title game, but they're in back-to-back tournaments for the first time since 05-06.
That's a tough second game.
They could score with anybody. Pesky for Michigan.
In order to get to that second game, you have to win the first, and number 8, LSU, will be matched up against the number 9 seed in our 4th and final region. It is the Bonnies of St. Bonaventure, champions of the Atlantic 10 earlier today. Are we surprised to see them get a single-digit seed? I feel like we are.
Fuck yeah. A 9?
What is that?
Woo. Oh, St. Bonaventure is in at 16-4, their 3rd tournament appearance under Mark Schmidt. Number 5, the Buffaloes of Colorado out of the Pac-12. They lost in their championship game to Oregon State last night. Tad Boyle, the head coach, but McKinley Wright is the guy to look out for. They will be going against Georgetown, the darlings of championship week 2021. Patrick Ewing came out of nowhere to get them in the dance.
That's going to be a huge, everyone's going to want to take Georgetown there. That's a huge 12-5 upset, and especially with Colorado just laid an egg too.
All right, Marty called it. So that's the 12-5 game in our 4th and final region. Number 4, the Florida State Seminoles, runners-up in the ACC. They were a 4 seed 2 years ago, beat Vermont in the first round. Some thought they were underseeded. Well, here they are for the 2nd straight tournament at number 4, Leonard Hamilton and company, and friend of the program, Scotty Barnes. They are number 4 playing on Saturday in that East region. As for their opponent, the number 13 team out of the SoCon, the UNC Greensboro Spartans. Rico, one of a few mid-major number 1 seeds to escape their conference tournament.
Yeah, and I think you took them in the preseason when we did the mid-majors. They're a good team, going to be good.
Yep, number 6, BYU out of the WCC. Hung tough with Gonzaga in that conference championship game. Marty, why do you hate them?
I can't stand them. They think they got fucking 4 cocks walking around BYU. They don't deserve shit. They've lost 4 games in a trash ass conference. Fuck them.
Michigan State and UCLA. Talk about basketball schools in the first 4. Tom Izzo, Mick Cronin. Move your schedule for Thursday night. This is going to be awesome.
Fuck that.
Talk about a fall from glory. UCLA was supposed to be like a 5 3 weeks ago. What a disaster.
Michigan State. I mean, you just lost to Maryland at first. Oh, my God.
Well, Michigan State and UCLA will have to play 1 extra game to get in. They are the number 11 seeds in our 4th and final region. Number 3, the Texas Longhorns. Shaka Smart. He's got the hair. Does he have what it takes to get to the Final Four?
It's amazing he has hair. When you don't ever go from bald to hair, it just makes 0 sense.
Number 14, out of the Southland, Abilene Christian. Rico, you like them, don't you?
Yeah. Aren't they from Texas?
They are from Abilene, Texas. Yes.
I like it. I like it. Motivated.
So an in-state rivalry there in our 4th and final region. Number 7, Uconn in March. The Huskies are dancing. I know Jeff D. Lowe is excited, putting up Connecticut. They're back in the Big East. They're a 7 seed. They're in taking on the Terrapins of Maryland at number 10. And guys, I believe UConn won it all with Shabazz as a 7 seed, no, in 2014?
Yes.
They did. So number 2, it is Nate Oates and the Alabama Crimson Tide, champions of the SEC as of a couple of hours ago. This guy is electric.
Yeah, he's amazing. They all hate each other in that SEC too, but I love UConn's got a great
Nate Oates versus Rick Pitino in the first round. Talk about a coaching storyline to wrap up our bracket.
We need a bet over under 64 fucks in that game.
Can't set the over high enough. Bama's going to be firing threes on Iona.
Yeah, you also told Nate Oates his team stinks.
No, I did not.
Threes. Yeah, you did. You're like, your team stinks because
right.
you took so many threes.
So we have the entirety of the bracket, but guys, we have our first guest of this March basketball tournament preview show. It is the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, the Muss Bus, the number 3 seed, taking on number 14 Colgate. Coach Muss, how you doing?
Oh, shit.
he might be muted here. I think he can hear us. Try to work through that right now. So number 3, Arkansas, Coach Muss.
Yeah.
Coach Muss. All right. So first initial reaction, number 3 seed taking on number 14 Colgate. What do you know out of the Raiders, out of the Patriot League?
Well, Colgate obviously at 14-1, they have good play. It starts with Jordan Burns, number 1. He's a guy that we obviously got to try to contain. They're second in scoring in the nation at 86.4 points per game. So transition defense is going to be really important. Their assist-to-turnover ratio is incredible. Second in the nation, 8th in the nation in assists at 17.6. And then from a field goal percentage, they're 10th in the country at 49.7. So obviously our defense is going to be a key to playing Colgate.
Colgate's a very smart school, Coach. Are you worried that the kids on the team are going to distract your guys with like long division and the 53rd president and shit like that? Asking them questions? What do you think?
I hope not. I hope that we can just go out there between the lines and play ball.
All right. I think that's in their game plan, though. I'm just warning you.
So you do so much crazy shit for like pregame. What are you going to fucking do now? You're going to like run through a brick wall or some shit? Like I'm excited what you got planned.
I don't have anything planned yet. You know, right now, I'm really just waiting on the bench mob to come up with something for me, whether you put it out on Twitter or individually. I don't care who it is, whether it's Rico, Jake, Martin, any of you guys that can come up with something, I'm ready for it.
I got one. How about putting Scantrons through the shredder? Like their SAT scores, you write some good SAT scores. Hey, this is Colgate, you know, like Jordan Burns. Put them right through the shredder and then just dump it out.
Coach, I can't really say much. I got caught cheating on my SAT. I got a 2000, so I can't say much. I wasn't allowed into Colgate.
I don't think I would be in there either.
Yeah,
Coach, walk us through the protocols right now. You guys are already in Indianapolis right now, a tournament unlike any other. What's the schedule like for the next 4 or 5 days right now? Is there going to be a lot more downtime than usual?
I have no idea. I'm at the Indianapolis Speedway right now. We're sitting in a suite. We just watched. We don't even know what hotel we're going to yet. So I have no idea the protocol other than we're happy to be part of this tournament. We can't wait to get checked in Can't wait to do another COVID swab, and then they'll let us know at what point we have to do 2 COVID swabs that come back the right way, and then we'll be able to hopefully meet with our team because we'll be isolated individually in our rooms until that time.
What do you get for lunch there? You get like wet bologna sandwiches or something?
I hope not. The good thing is if you're over 50 years old, it's a great time to lose some weight.
That's true. That's very true.
It's also not a bad time if you're 33, but
I think tonight we're getting Buffalo Wild Wings. I think that's the order I put in.
Not bad at all. Well, Coach Muss, we'll let you go. Start prepping for Colgate. We're excited to watch you guys. Good luck on this run, playing this weekend as the number 3 seed.
The awesome thing is when I'm in isolation, I'm just going to listen to you guys.
Yeah.
You do.
Oh, that's another one. Why don't you just beat up a dentist, Coach? Just beat up a dentist.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's why he signed off. You heard that question.
Beating up a dentist. All right,
We
so guys,
have no right talking to Coach Musselman once he just got great news being a 3 seed and asking him fucking questions. We have no right.
I mean, real talk though. He's taking Arkansas to the NCAA tournament for the first time in his tenure, and for the fact for them to be a 3 seed is nothing short of remarkable, right?
No, it's unbelievable what he's done. I mean, you think Arkansas, you're not like, oh, they're a top tier team, and they have every right to be going to the Final Four this year.
Yeah, I like the way that region breaks for him. I mean, Colgate's going to be tricky because, but again, they just don't have the athleticism. They're going to shoot a ton of threes. But yeah, it breaks well for Arkansas. We obviously like Arkansas, like their style. They're getting hot 12 games in a row or 12 out of 13. Playing really well. I like how this region breaks.
There was no really surprises here, right?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. While Coach Muss was on, one team that was left out of the field entirely?
Yeah, so who was left out?
Louisville did not make the NCAA tournament.
Oh, shit.
Did Duke ruin their season?
Duke literally ruined their season.
Wow.
I mean, that was shocking. I thought they were a lock, right?
That's unbelievable. And I still can't believe he put Duke as a 12, and I fucking freaked out. I was I was so past him not getting in. I know Jeff DeLowe. He needs to be on saying whatever it is. You know what? Fuck it. We need to bring in the tall bastard, my guy, fucking Hunter Dickinson right now because I need to talk to him. Oh, you look beautiful, you son of a bitch. What's up, dude?
What's up?
So let me ask you a question. So you're a 1 seed. Which is everyone kind of didn't really have you there at the beginning of the season. How does it feel to be a 1 seed in your freshman year? And also, you're probably going to get tested right now, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty good feeling, especially when nobody had us really. They had us, I think, 6th in our league. And so, nobody really thought that we were capable of doing it. But, it just, it was made through a whole lot of hard work, with Coach Howard and the rest of the players. It was just, a good, fun journey for us to really prove people wrong. And we got tested at 7 right after this.
Jesus, this is going to be brutal. How did it feel though with Juwan Howard, your guy, your coach, the reason why you went to Michigan, obviously, just going nuts in that conference tourney game? I would have fucking jumped through so many walls right through after I saw him doing that. He was awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's definitely a person who inspires me, and I think I can speak for the rest of the team when he inspires, everybody on that team. With his passion for, not only the game, but for us, he truly cares about us, and, he constantly shows it on the court. And, that's somebody you want to play for, somebody who has the passion and the fire that Coach Howard does, really makes basketball a lot of fun.
So, Hunter, you guys have already been in Indianapolis for a week. You'll hopefully, for your sake, be posted up there for the next 3 weeks. Did you bring your brand new PS5? I know you're excited about that.
For sure. I didn't even open it. I got it 2 weeks ago, and I was just saving it right for this tournament. I still haven't opened it up yet. I've been too tired after the games, but I think right when we get back from testing, I'll probably open it up.
Hunter, we know you're a big grudge guy. Marty went to Mount St. Mary's, not the same one. But is there any rumors now that you're going to maybe stop talking to Marty so you could be inspired for Mount St. Mary's?
Yeah, me and Marty are on a 1 week ban.
All right.
I would do that too. I would do that too. I mean, every time I see you on the court, I just don't understand how a 7-1 guy takes a shit. I'm still trying to think about this. I don't understand it. But you've been unbelievable, dude. It's fucking cool to see you out there freshman year just dominating people out there. So congrats on everything, dude.
I appreciate it, Marty.
All right,
Yeah.
Hunter, good luck in the tournament, and we'll be pulling for you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Take it
Thanks,
easy.
man. I appreciate it.
And that's pretty awesome. He's a #1 seed, first year in the tournament, and he's just chilling.
Just chilling. I mean, no one really and you go back in the beginning of the year, everyone Michigan almost lost to Oakland. Oakland's one of the worst teams in the country. And we watched that game like, oh, God, Michigan's going to suck this year. We were part of it. And then all of a sudden, they're just showing out, and they played an unbelievable season.
Rico, are you good with Michigan?
I'm amazed. We do it, and I guess you got to have a checklist in front of you to be like, all right, they're in. Yeah, I'm obviously impressed with Michigan, but I'm still kind of hung up on Louisville.
Yeah,
being
that's
left out.
crazy. Also, Boise State, our guy Alston.
Nah, they never had a shot. I didn't think they had a shot.
No?
Nah, I thought they were on the deeper side of the bubble.
So moving on along here, we're going to give out our final 4 picks soon. But we talked about snubs. What do we think about? We talked about it in our podcast earlier, which will be released tomorrow. Portions of it. The COVID stuff, right? Because we saw Duke, we saw Virginia, we saw Kansas all have to back out until Tuesday. There's replacement teams, but once we hit Wednesday, it starts getting into walkthrough categories and forfeits. That we just can't have that, right? It's
crazy that, God forbid, we want all these teams in, unless it gets Duke in. But still, if we get any of these teams, say today, they're going to get tested now, one of those bubble teams just goes right into their seat. If Baylor, Jared Butler got it, boom, Louisville could be a 1 seed.
Yeah.
That's bananas. Absolutely bananas.
I mean, it is bananas, but that is how it works here. Rico, you good?
If anyone listens to Bench Mob, Rico cannot figure out any electronics, and he's a fucking moron.
No, I had some pop-up thing. Luckily, I don't touch the money yet, but we haven't had an issue yet. So
yeah,
I just heard it out. Let's actually go to Glenny Balls one last time here in that 4th and final region. We had 2 big-time basketball schools get their names called: Michigan State and UCLA. Mr. Bubbles.
Okay, so we got Michigan State Spartans.
He's turning around and doing a full-ass circle in a bubble.
I just did one. Let's see. Oh.
Take your time, Balls. Don't worry about it.
we should give them teams that aren't
Get
in there.
creative if we can't find one of them.
The funny thing is, nobody can even see what the words say on it. He could pop anything and be like, yeah.
He's dedicated.
I actually can't find this.
Just
right,
pop a balloon in celebration of Michigan State.
He's a method actor.
Seton Hall.
No. Frank's in the hospital. You don't do that to him. We're praying for Frank, by the way. I hope you're okay. But Seton Hall, they had everything in their hands, playing Georgetown, getting those wins, and that's what Seton Hall does. They screwed up every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find him, so I'm just gonna pop it.
Oh, look, it's Big and Spider! They're attacking Glenny Bubbles right now. He has no way out. He's in trouble. Oh my goodness! Out of nowhere, this is like a WWE stunt.
They're gonna pop in.
Balls is trapped. He has nowhere to go. Wow.
My favorite shirt.
His favorite shirt. That is tough. Glenny Balls, before we let you go, what about your Final Four? Who's cutting down the nets?
Gonzaga, Texas Tech. I just did this before. I'm trying to think of other teams. Gonzaga, Texas Tech, Houston, Michigan. Boom.
All right, I like him. What about cutting down the nets? Who's winning it all?
Gonzaga. I'm a Gonzaga guy. I'm a Mark Few guy.
Brutal.
Again, we mentioned 20 teams have entered the NCAA tournament undefeated. None have done it. Marty, you actually provided that stat to me, so props to you.
Yes, that is very true. I'm and this is on the fly. We did our Final Fours very fast. So
yeah. All right, thank you, Glenny Ball. Good luck getting out of that bubble. Rico, break down your Final Four for us.
Gonzaga, Alabama, Arkansas, Illinois. I said What?
Way to go out on a limb.
What do you mean? I got a couple of fucking
seed. Yeah.
Arkansas's a 3. Shove it up your ass. Listen, there's an old saying, live by the 3, die by the 3. Bama gets to the final against Illinois. I think Batman is playing out of his mind. I'm going to take Bama over Illinois in the final.
All right, Marty, what about you?
Mine was a little Gonzaga, Michigan, North Carolina, and Oklahoma State. North Carolina is going to upset Baylor in the second round.
But they have to win 2 more games to get to the Final Four after beating Baylor.
I understand, Jake. I understand how that gets to the Final Four. But hey, that's what I got.
Wow. All right.
Everyone wants to see Cade Cunningham too in the Final Four.
So a 1 seed versus a 1 seed, and then 8 versus a 4.
Hell yeah.
That's bracket luck for you because Gonzaga, Michigan would obviously be very tough. Then you have the 8 and 4. You think Cade Cunningham has what it takes to go to the Final Four?
Dude, when I watched him in this conference tournament, like he just has a different level. There's a reason why he's the number 1 pick overall in the NBA draft. Like it's no matter what, you have to take him. He is not 19 years old. He looks like he's 30 out there just playing against boys. And it's like I think that he's just gonna make that run in the tournament easy.
I like him a lot too. I just still think they got fucked. They should have been a 3, especially when they beat West Virginia. That's
extra oil, extra fire though, extra fire.
All right, so my Final Four is unironically the same exact thing as Rico's. Gut reaction. Of course, we'll probably change it throughout. But we got to support the mobsters. We got Nate Oates on the left side, the Musk Bus on the right side. I mean, you heard Coach Musselman. How can you not pick them to go to the Final Four?
Oh my gosh, you have the same exact one?
I mean, it wasn't intentional. It was just ironic. That's all.
I know, but hey, you're right. I mean, we appreciate Musbus coming on like literally right after being a part of it. But hey, this went pretty good.
I thought it went pretty well. And Duke is not in the NCAA tournament. They are not a replacement team either.
So dumb that you fucking didn't go, wait a second. You're so dumb.
Because it was not the first one. I was like, all right, there's no chance they're getting in, really. I knew that. Like, I wasn't having my hopes. I'm not a fucking idiot. But then Jeff D. Lowe is such a straight shooter. I'm like, this guy just put in Duke. I would love the NCAA wants people to talk about this tournament more. Putting Duke in would have really screwed people, but no joke, Louisville not getting in is bananas.
So they are the first team as the replacement team. So if one team has to back out due to COVID, Louisville is in. That was, I think, more shocking than some of these seed lines. I thought they were safely in, no?
So I think Syracuse beating NC State got them in over Louisville losing to Duke.
Right. So Duke did have a play in this. They ended Louisville season.
I mean, Duke would have. I mean, at the end of this tournament, there's going to be 2 teams that ended the season on a win. That's all I have to say.
What about the NIT?
No, that doesn't count. That's not a real thing.
What do you mean? It's happening in Dallas. 16 teams.
Yeah. Tell me who watches it. Duke is going to end the season on a win. So is the national champion. Tell me that's the same shit to me.
Well, we still have some more drama ahead. It won't be on this broadcast, but we'll know by the end of the night. Does Duke accept an NIT bid?
If they do, I'm going to lose my mind. You think Coach K, that old bag, wants to go to Texas right now? He doesn't do well in the fucking hot weather. Come on.
Jake, who's the most overseeded team? It's got to be the Bonnies, no?
The Bonnies at 9 is interesting.
By far.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. So
Trying to think.
Over 8-10.
Most underseeded, Oklahoma State. I mean, they were talking about Oklahoma State being a 2 yesterday if they win the Big 12. They
Oklahoma State and Florida State 2 or 4. I thought that would have been a 3.
What did Texas get? What is Texas
got a 3, I believe.
Okay.
Florida State has a pretty good draw too.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're going to have a rapid reaction on tomorrow's Barstool Bench Mob and a championship week wrap up, and then we'll have a deep dive of the bracket for Thursday's episode, and then we're going to release a podcast after every round of the NCAA tournament. Guys, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think that the committee, they talk about screwing teams, Eastern Washington and Grand Canyon, the fact that they both are in the same region, that's fucked up because I had them both going to the Final Four, and I had to change it. They're going to be worn out in that Sweet 16 game, so now I don't like them anymore.
Yeah,
Fucking
this is
sucks.
why you watch Barstool Benchmark's bracketology, because CBS ain't talking about Grand Canyon and fucking Eastern Washington in the same side.
I'll tell you what, CBS didn't Zoom with him on October 7th. I'll tell you that much.
That's right. All right, that'll do it for the first ever March basketball tournament preview show. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes, our producer Jake Lasofsky, doing the graphics, Jeff Delo and Marty Moshe and Rico Bosco. This is it. We have the bracket, and now we can break down the games. This is the best month of the year, and we're ready to roll.
I can't wait. Fully talked, ready to go. Drink your High Noons. Thank you to High Noon for everything and putting this together as well. We love you.
All right, thank you. Everyone have a great night and start filling out those brackets.